profession or business will not exist or survive. Professions like curator, gallery manager, art teacher, art auctioneers, among many others, rely on artists to make a living. If you are serious about building a sustainable art career, there are definite steps you need to take. Nature and start. So as an artist, an entrepreneur, we must have a signature and style that whenever they see our works, this is Kola Akintola's works. This work looks like or is Bruce Onobrapea's work. We should be able to have an identity, and our audience should be able to know our style and form. Number 2, understand and know your audience. The recommended marks. Understand that prices is important to a product, and so should artists. Number 4, understand basic marketing and sales practices. Every entrepreneur knows the key to getting their idea or products to market through marketing and sales. You must employ marketing strategy, that is, you need a website that will reflect your signature or style, which includes high resolution pictures and description of your works, as well as a means to buy the works directly from the site. Cataloging your works is a key to your success as an artist. You simply cannot overlook the details of it. They are what makes or break artists. Artwork archive helps you to get started, so you can concentrate on creating and leave the inventory management to experts. Number 6, surround yourself with good people, strong mentors, professional and individual who are successful. Entrepreneurs know that networking is more than trading business cards. Business is all about relationships, and having a network of great people around is a key to success. Most entrepreneurs know they can't run a business on their own. They seek advice from other successful business people. Artists these days, we need to have a good mentor. We need to, especially those people that are ahead, that they are making it. Those elders in the field of art that are making it. We need to, that is why the school of art is very important. When you go to school, you have different school of art. Auchi School of Art, Yaba School of Art, Zaria Art School, and Ife Art School. There are a lot of artists that have graduated from these schools, whereby one can learn, the art forms and meaning, and get one signature to and start to excel. I want to submit on this note that artists are entrepreneurs. Your art is your business. I'm an artist too. Our art is our business. We are an entrepreneur. Whether we like it or not, we produce something. And when we produce, whether in small scale or in large scale, we sell too. So we are contributing something, at least, to people's life. Your art is your business. Why all entrepreneurs are not artists? All entrepreneurs, they can be an artist.
He suffered a lot from it. I have suffered a lot from that. So I have to learn marketing as well. I have to learn how to make my work, because I was in Ghana sometimes and I told them, I said, art strive on affecting children. There was a time I used to have a wrong conception. I said, oh, no matter how good I am, my friend knows where I was in Urugu at that time. I said, if I'm good, people will look at me. They will come, even if I'm inside a hole, they will still come there. It's a big lie. It's a lie from the pit of hell. People, those guys that are selling on the road, selling gala, selling whatever pure water on the road, they make money than those that have shops because they are bringing it nearer to those who want to consume. So if your art, no matter how good you are as an artist, you lock yourself up in a room thinking that people will come. Well, maybe they will.
It is for artist growth and development. There are 1,000,001 opportunities awaiting each artist and every one of us out there on the street. The question is, how smart are we? And how do we recognize that this is an opportunity? And how do we grab such available opportunities? And how do we connect others with this opportunity? Emotion, thought, and translating all these expressions into super creativity with the sole aim of modifying and using latent intellectual potential to speak, to communicate with the world in his own field. One who is always conscious and wanting to conquer his environment. If artists exist by that definition, then do artists grow? Because don't forget, we're talking about creating opportunities for artist growth and development. So if artists exist, let's see if artists will definitely have to grow. Life of an artist. Growth can either be rapid or slow sometimes. This artistic growth is difficult to measure. The artistic growth we are talking here in depends on individual with respect to artistic location, site, and the kind of things the artist engages in, which will be personal, artistic life, spiritual life. It is good to note that emotion is a great indicator in measuring artistic growth. So it's my advice that artists should guide their instincts, as this is capable of reflecting in their final work, decisions, and other related opportunities. Very important to my artistic journey as I am getting more exposure and becoming more self-confident. I stand tall to tell this audience that there is a section of national and international opens, call for papers, and many other opportunities for contemporary and traditional art-related competitions, prize, exhibition, awards, and grants for artists and their workers. I, as conservator curator, have assessed these opportunities and have benefited. And it was one of these calls for paper that I spent almost 4 years in Spain when I assessed Bunting Foundation. It is still there. Many of us are not aware. Bunting Foundations will always call for artist papers, call for your work. And whenever this happens, so an artist needs the people around him to authenticate and pioneer the artwork, which can bring about motivation, appreciation, and elevation in the life of an artist. An artist has to be readily be accepted. It is not the person we are talking about, but if your work is not accepted by the people you are living, you must develop. If growth and opportunities exist in the life of an artist, then development must be the next stage. Development can occur in the life of an artist if he or she improves and builds on the hidden potentials of creativities, which must be expressed structurally and figuratively by producing outstanding and unique artistic style in form of skill. Just as Kaga, Lulu, Penta, Mufu on Olifade, Penta. I'm sorry.
Well, when we're talking about artist, who is an artist? To me, I have a definition of an artist. An artist is someone who uses bravery, creativity, and insight to challenge the status quo. That is, this is the normal way we do things. But the artist must be able to do what? That challenges the recipient. And I will explain through these works that I've just shown, this definition. Then, it doesn't stop there. It's an act of courage. The Bello done. Chris O'Phillips, and is selling millions of dollars and pounds sterling in UK. He's a Nigerian, although based in UK. Myself. So, I don't need to go and buy acrylic. I produce my own acrylic. So the medium does not really matter. The intent does. What is your intention for doing what you're doing? So my intention for calling us together is that I want us to move forward at into fast lane of success. Judging your work by its reality, making things look like a photograph is good and fine for photographers.
Assistance for the past 60 years. But it came to Nigeria in 2016, got registered in December 2016 and started business in 2017, February 13. It's a registered company. You can Google it on CSC, that's Corporate Affairs Commission. And what is this business into? We are into financial empowerment, mainly. That is our purpose. Improving people's standard of living. Creating avenues for people to better their lives in life, within the society. To prevent people from relying on government work, white collar job. To make people to create wealth by themselves. With what? With just a little sum of money. Now, this company is into training people to acquire skills that you can use to teach people and even get money from that. On a monthly basis here in Ibadan, we train people in all sorts of vocational trainings. Mention it, we have lots of them in our midst. And you come once you are registered, you are a member, you can come, even the account is where your earnings will drop into, is where you monitor the number of people that are registered under you. It is also where you monitor the stages. Complete their stage 1 and drop under you in stage 2. And as they are dropping, you are getting the sum of 600 naira. That's it, 600 per head. One after the other like that, until 14 people have dropped under you in stage 2. The total sum you will earn there is the sum of $21, and that is 8,400 naira. You cannot be carrying all the things that we have benefited from the company with us. But if you come to our office, you will see them. Those that have reached each stage that we're talking about. Then if you can, your chance to come to the car award next week, we will see those women that have benefited.
Opportunities for artistic growth and development, and how to see an artist as an entrepreneur, because art is not always easy to be an artist and to live from art, and how to attain financial freedom. So we had different people who were around, but maybe Mr. Kola maybe would introduce the people later. So today, great painter in Ibadan, a painter who is the innovator of vein painting style, and you can see some of his pieces that are exposed here today in Alliance Française in the hall. I will give you the not used to protocols. I will have a few words about Alliance Française. As you know, Alliance Française is a place where you can learn French. It's a French language. Artists are welcome. So we can have painters, we can have musicians, we can have sculptures. The outside, very central in Alliance. So, from next year we'll have more French lessons, we have also French certificates, which are very, very important. We have partnership with many schools, and I invite everybody to learn French and also to come to all our exhibitions and our cultural events. Thank you. We will introduce the exhibition coming from Mr. Kola. So,
good evening, everyone. I'm glad to be here this evening. Actually, I'm standing on a certain protocol. When Mr. Akintola. He happens to be my friend and my brother. And I believe that this gathering this evening is to me is an eye-opener to some of us that are here today, not only the artists, even include me as a businessman. I've learned some new things on how to take my business forward. And I believe is a way to encourage you, the artists. And I want to say something. I understand that we have mixed religions that are here today. But in the Bible, we are told of some certain people that God gave them spirit to be an artist. That's Bezalel and Holiah. If you turn your Bible to learn it, the principle. But the talent, the gift must be there. If you don't have the gift, I don't think you can be relevant. So if you have that kind of ability, I believe that sky is not even the limit. So I believe that we are here this evening to see this work that are presented here today, and we don't want to take much of our time. They are maybe an artist, or maybe you have an allied profession that are related to artists. So I want to declare the exhibition open. If you permit me to say in the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, and in the name of the Holy Spirit, and I pray that God will take all of you higher and higher in the name of Jesus. And I glad to be here together to celebrate with you, and I pray that God present continue to be with us even forward beyond the end of this year in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Thank you so much. Everybody has made my day today. And I just want to say thank you to each and every one of us. Most especially, I want to say thank you to Monsieur the Director, Alliance Française. The very first day I met him, I just came in and I bumped into his office. And he was very busy doing some things on the computer. We looked at him and I introduced myself. I said, I'm an artist. Oh, he stood up and that caught his attention. He said, oh, you're an artist? Oh, no matter studio. It's not Top Fast studio. It's not somebody else's studio. It's a neutral ground that we can say this is ours. So we can sit down together under the shed there, maybe take some coffee or something, and then brainstorm on how to move our profession forward. Thank you so much. Then I would like to take us around this works art of Kola Akintola. And in front of you there is a quote that the innovator of vein painting. It's a style that God has given unto me. And it's something that evolves to this level. And by the grace of God, just like I was talking the other time, it has become a study, academic studies in the university here in Nigeria and the United States of America. Even people that are doing postgraduate, they are studying this particular style. But look at that, and you are looking at it, and you're looking at it, and asking questions, is this man, is he insane, or what is wrong with this man, or what does he use? By the time you do that, it's like you're doing research, and it's helping your brain to grow, and then it's helping your brain to expand and to be nourished. So I want us to move around, because there's so much for anybody here, because it's a general style. Though you can't even really point at someone that is, this is somebody's style. Everybody knows it's impasto. I use knife to paint it, palette knife to paint it. So, but who invented this particular style? Artists here, can you tell me? Who? Nobody. You can't really say this is this fellow. So, and everybody has been working like this. So, and I've been working like this before. And I used to do portraits, to do everything. And people say, wow, your work is fantastic. But there was one day I had to go to Lagos to meet a client. She's a Lebanese. And she said, oh, I want to introduce you to a professional. He's a great painter. He's a master painter. He was a lecturer, I don't know, in Yabatek many years ago. But it wasn't actually the style of Kolade Oshilowo now. So they both turned to me and said, oh, are you related? Is Kola, you are Kolade? So you can say this is a pastor. So my vein painting actually originated from this. That is why I weave my color, my acrylic, I wove it, like you're weaving something on my canvas. So that is why the colors are interwoven, you can see. So, and I employ this skill that we were taught when we were in the kindergarten, you know, the scribbling. Scribbling, you know, children scribbling. So I have to do what we call transfer of training principle. So what I learned in the kindergarten, you know, when I started writing, I have to employ it as an artist. So look at it, that is what has brought this. So, but in the sense, I have to put in something. So I started with this, and I used to do portraits at that time. You know, portraits and things like that. But I was not so satisfied with it. Yes, it's coming up, it looks like what I have in my mind. But as an anatomist and a physiologist, there is one picture I can see in my heart. I was looking at it, thought that, and I capitalized on it. And then that is it. And that it has really paid me off. It has become a study. They are studying now in the university. Somebody in the University of Ibadan, Mr. Baptist Studies, is even writing his master's thesis on his undergraduate on it. Then is one of his supervisors when he saw that light up there. So, and one of them, immediately they returned back home from school. We just remove the school uniform, put on the houseware, and go and stay by our study. We have this small plastic chair and one stool for her and for them all, you know, to work. So she would say, I want to do my homework. You know, our language was not yet clear then, but my homework. So I started looking at her, and something, you know, pointed to me. You can see some lines going in there. You know, it's like the work you can call this guy that slashes. What is his name? They celebrate ladies that are still virgins. That they celebrate them annually like that. It's a big celebration for the family and for the whole village. And not only in my own village, all over the place. So, and I'm making us losing our values. We need to go back to those things. So that is why I did this one. I called it Dance of Puberty. And you can see there are ladies that are just celebrating. And there are a lot of things that went into the background. If you look at the chorus in the background, you know, it's talking about, you know, if you look at those chorus, there are some that is looking, you look at this, it looks like the fallopian tube that has the egg here, you know. Well, I'm bringing my knowledge of anatomy as well. You know, the fallopian tube, the egg, like it, and then you can see some like blood stain or blood flow, you know, that you need to keep watching and preserve yourself to maturity. It is when you get to a stage of maturity that you can be celebrated. By the time you go to the IOT that you're building outside there, I said you have a dream, but it's gradually unfolding. My wife, when we were cutting, she was fond of always saying that when we are God's peculiar dream gradually unfolding. And she keeps saying it. There was one day that thing struck me as an artist. I said, wait, we are God's peculiar dream that is gradually unfolding. That means, oh, if we are dream, then it's like this. We started from here. You can actually really say, actually identify what is going on here. But as you move and you are consistent with it, it looks like it becomes something that you can actually, figure out something. Say, oh, it looks like something, but you cannot even really place it. But by the time you move up, now you now say, oh, this is a flower that is coming up. And yet, it's still unfolding until it brings out, it will continue to be blooming, it will bloom out, and then will now bring fruits. Then when it brings fruits, then people can benefit from it. So we have actually God's peculiar dream gradually unfolding. That you used to bring in, to drive in points, home into people. And by that, it makes you very rich into whatever conversation you are doing. So that is it. But I use a bata drummer to represent the Agidigbo. A bata drummer, because it's the same thing. You will say it's a talking drum, part of the kind of talking drum that you use to. If you look at it, it's even more relief than others. And even more, the way I rendered it is not fused together. Is you can see like the bundles of that particular material fixed together to now form a particular object or figure on the canvas. How do I come about this? Or rendering it this way? I remember back in the village, when the Yoruba people would say, that is, you have to go and look inward and ruminate and meditate on your attitude or whatever that you're doing. That is, you have to set a table inside of you and to dialogue within yourself to be able to channel the course you want to go or whatever you want to do at a particular point in time so that you can have a proper result, a good result outcome the same way. Yes, I may be using the same style or the same material, but I still don't want to do it the same way because the mercy of God to me and the grace of God to me are new every morning. So each morning I wake up, something new comes. So and I want to quickly do something that has that. But in doing it, I still want to do something that will bring in the daily activities of human beings. So that was why I titled it Family Course. There is something that is tying everybody together as a family. Now I can say, he is my family, bro. Is in your way that have enabled you or helped you to be able to accomplish something. Then you have to take note of it. So sometimes there are people you walk away from. There are some you have to relate with. There are so many people here in this sport. You are all my brothers. You know, Mr. Julius, I did this work. I showcased this work in 2008 when I did it in UA, Mr. Balkan Studies. And then one English student, undergraduate, walked up to me in the hall and said, "Sir, and because you explained this work, the way you explained this work, it tallied with my project, my final year project work. Can you allow me to use it for my project?" I looked at him. I said, "Go ahead." You know, to some people who want to say, no.
Copyright.
No. I said, "No. Go ahead and use it." Not knowing that I was sowing a seed. I was sowing a seed that is going to germinate and grow beyond my own wildest imagination. So he used it, and what is this work? When you look at it, you look at this guy is so crazy. What has he done put together? What is the meaning of Age of Gold? Age of Gold. Age of Gold, you know, in those days in Nigeria, it was agriculture that actually was paying for economy, national economy. That is what we benefited from ever since. But the day we discovered so many things in structures in Nigeria, Cocoa House, NTA, you know, all of those things, even the what is it called in the north? That the pyramids. But today, where are those things? I remember when my father retired from active service, you know, he went to the family of artists. And then it was the Chinese government that went to the American government to take permission to take him to China. So he's in Nigeria, he's an American, and he's a Chinese. So when I started using a particular medium to work, he came home and saw it. I said, "Wow, I think we need to work on this one." So, and that was why we started. So, and he used this part of particular style to do Obama's work in US when he was campaigning to go in for presidency the very first time. And that particular work brought Obama to limelight. And then the works were going for like how many $4 million or something. Then the Chinese, you know, they are like our God has given a way of making this one.